Here we go. Give me 1 second.
Can't you that TV like the one downstairs or no? What you mean? On YouTube and like? Hell no. No joint there. Hell no. I'd be surprised. Was that cable or was it?
Hey man,
TV we was on.
what y'all think about that North Carolina law? Where you once you start, you gotta let a dude finish. You can't say no in the middle of it.
Makes sense. Once you started, you should be able to say no, but you shouldn't be able to claim rape or nothing like that.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy. I mean, like, it's one of those laws where I was like, damn, that shit messed up, but I get it. Cause you should, I mean, but it's like, when you think about it, yeah, you shouldn't be able to say rape in the middle. Cause, I mean, to me, in my messed up mind, once I get my dick in you, we already done went too far for you to say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of steps that done been passed. If you wanted to say no, you should have said no a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So
in theory.
I mean, but you gotta think about it. You talking about making out. You talking about potentially some foreplay. Even me taking your clothes off. You know what I'm saying? That for you to say no, you should have said no prior to me sticking my dick in you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's my point. Like if you claiming once I get a couple strokes in and you like nah, I'm like wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Because 9 times out of 10, a woman knows if they're gonna sleep with you or not before it happens. I never did understand like they start and then stop situation.
Right.
I don't know if it was just trash and they were like I don't want to do it no more, but whatever. But I don't get it, you know, because I'm like. If I know I'm going to sleep with you, I'm going to sleep with you. If I know I'm not, I'm just not.
Exactly.
You know, I don't understand the starting and stopping.
Exactly.
Situation.
Because but I look at it like this the same thing as if a white person call you a nigga. You got to be willing to deal with whatever come with that. Like, but girls say stop in the middle of it, you got to be thinking that I could potentially get kicked out ass naked by a dude. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be willing and prepared to deal with that. So if you gonna say no in the middle of it, then that's just something you gotta be willing to take that chance with, man.
Who's doing shit like that though? I mean, what the fact?
That's some in my mind. That's some young girl shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like some little teenage shit. I don't really see too many grown ass women doing that, but I can see it for like some youngins, but I don't see it for like no old ladies. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shit happens. But I'm gonna tell y'all this in the great state of North Carolina. You know, if you once you start, you gotta let me finish. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no take backs around this motherfucker. But shit, y'all ready to get this show started?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
That's the pretty part of the show to do.
Welcome back to another edition of the Are We Not Men show. We got a wonderful show for you today. We got a couple guests, man. As always, it's me, B. I got my man, P. And we got a couple other people today. We got some returning guests, man. We got Miss J and we got the homie G in the background. If you can see him in the background with the hat, man. Hey, man, how y'all doing today? And welcome to the show again.
Blessed and highly favored, baby.
Yes, sir, man. So, man, like I said, man, at this show, man, we want to talk about, we like to introduce new concepts into the world, maybe we hope for the best, maybe not, but we just want to put it out there for people to think about. And today, man, we want to discuss something. Cause me and my brother P was talking about this one day, but we wanted to discuss when we talk about the value of pussy. And we wanted to present it in a way just like stocks. What if stocks or what if pussy had a daily rate exchange like stocks? Like it fluctuates up and down, but it was something you could go to as a man and as a woman you could go to and say, look, this is what pussy is selling for, or what it's going for today, man. I think it's a concept. It's a real revolutionary concept that we might should take a look into because right now, that's the one thing we really nobody ever really knows is how much pussy is worth. You know what I'm saying? Like you have street value, but most of the time, cause I've asked women how much, and it's not on some. I've asked hypothetically, how much would you sell some pussy for? Like say you got down bad on your luck and you had to come up with some money real fast, and I find that you always get one out of three answers. You always gonna get the woman that's gonna say some outrageous, stupid ass price. Like I sell it for 100,000, and you like, or I sell it for $1,000,000, and you like, bitch, you don't even look like $1,000,000. So how you gonna sell it for $1,000,000? And then you got the girls that honestly have no idea. They just be like, I've never really thought about it because I never had to really do that shit. And you can respect that because maybe their life been all right. And then you got them women that's gonna give you a price where you gotta really think like, damn, shorty done sold some pussy before. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we gonna discuss today. What if it was a what if we really put a bottom line value on pussy? And I'm gonna let you start, Miss J, since you the female today. And I don't want to know what do you think about this concept. I'm not gonna ask you how much you'll sell your shit for, nothing like that. But thinking about what I just said, do you think it is something that could work in today's society?
I mean, they have women selling cat every day, but this is a hard question because but I would at least get my car note paid or something, like a $100 escort
Right.
type thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't sell it for $40, like the video games and stuff, but I definitely get my car note and a few other bills paid if I had to.
Okay, fair enough. And what say you, P, when you talk about this concept, man?
Uh, we talked about it. I don't know what to say about that, man. It's kind of hard to say. Like monetarily, each individual one is got to have its own separate value. I can't say a flatline value for any of it because you got some of it that ain't worth zero. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know what the flat rate going rate should be on some pussy. You dig what I'm saying? What when I get this pussy, is like, am I getting everything? What am I getting? You know what I'm saying?
Let me interject. Okay, so basically, if we was to have like a bottom line rate exchange, a fee, just like stocks, you as a woman, you would be able to sell it for whatever you could get it for. Okay, so that doesn't mean that if you a dime, you can sell it for what it's going for today. You can always get your own rate. But I'm talking about this is for like this just a baseline value. You know what I'm saying? So if you was to just
it's got no baseline value, B, because why ain't the dick value more? What's this conversation that we're having? What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is this.
You're here trying to figure out how much pussy should be worth. How much does dick be worth?
Dick is not going.
I think the problem with the whole world is the dick is undervalued. They always talking about there's no quality this, there's no quality that. All the good dudes is dead, locked up, or gay. Well, let's put an exchange on the dick rate. The pussy rate exchange, it's a dime a dozen. That's what it should be worth. A dime a dozen unless you're doing something extra special. And I said it.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this: dick has no value to women, cause the first thing a woman gonna say is, "I ain't paying for dick because I can get it for free." You know what I'm saying?
And
But
I
see,
agree the same way though, B, because pussy's free. I don't pay for no pussy.
true,
Pussy's free.
true. You,
Well, niggas always trying to sling dick. You don't really see that many women trying to sling,
I
pussy.
disagree. Women slang just as much pussy as men slang dick, man. Y'all just go about it a different way. You feel me? It's the same thing. But see, the thing is, yeah, this is my thing. Like when I say okay, for instance, I think when I say if we was to put a bottom line value or just the baseline value on pussy, I think it'll help curb some of the harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it'd be a way to settle. You wouldn't have no Me Too if you knew how much pussy was going for because
Hold
you
up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Gee, what are you trying to? What do you say the price of the bottom line pussy should be? Oh well, bottom line pussy is $5 on any street corner in America. You already know, but it go from one street to the other. It might be $5 here, but you ride along there, it goes up to 100, 200, 300 an hour.
that's what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying.
get 500 an hour. How about you, man? I think it's all should be free. They play too much, if you ask me.
I mean, it's all about how you hustling it, man. You know, if you could talk your way up to $200-300, then good for you. But I'm talking about, say she like a 4 or 5, she a busted ass broad,
You can
and
find that on any website with that back page, Craigslist. All
hey,
that there is from $60 special.
that's what I'm
sixty
saying.
dollars to $100. I
But
say
see,
raise the price of pussy up, man.
we, but see, that's the problem. As a dude, cause I think we gotta realize men are visual creatures. It's just like when you see the price of gas go up, you be like, man, what the fuck, gas $3 a gallon? You know what I mean? So if you really started off with a say $65.32 is what pussy going for today. Okay, that's the baseline value. All right, and you go and you say, now that's just the baseline value. So if a bride could talk you up to $100, $200, then that's all profit what she making. But the baseline value is $65.32 a day.
When baseline value is $100. I ain't
Okay,
leaving up out of my house for nothing less than $100. That's
that's
basic.
fair. That's fair. If that's what it's going for, because it's going to be more, it's going to be worth more in the wintertime than it is in the summertime. The price going to fluctuate.
$100.
Yeah, like if y'all could get it to a point where y'all look, this is what pussy is
$100.
selling for today, $100, and that's fair. And if men are willing to pay $100, then that's what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's
men,
baseline 5 minutes, 10 minutes, man. But they say by the hour it's 300 around there. That's what they say online.
but I'm trying to make it official though. We ain't talking about this in the streets where it's like you could legitimately, this is what it's going for today. So I know I ain't trying to negotiate no value. We got the value here on the stock market and everything, man. Like, okay, that's you got the little rate ticker going up and down saying pussy worth $100 right now.
Yeah, $100.
And that's what you getting right now. But see, at the same time, like I said, if me, I'm not paying no $100 for nothing, cause I'm like P. I could talk you out of it for free. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe, but it's a lot of brothers out here that don't have to give the gab like that. So they gotta do what they gotta do. They gotta come out of pocket. You know
They
what I'm
didn't
saying?
step the game up what they need
But
to
see,
do.
a lot of people don't have game no more.
I never was one for a whole bunch of game. Women just understood my story. I ain't one that got no whole bunch of game. I ain't pull up on
But
a
see,
TikTok on that old, yeah, you been running through my mind all day type shit. I don't know. I don't have
but
no
that's
fake
your
mind,
game though.
no shit
You know what
like
I'm
that. You
saying?
know what I'm saying?
That's your game though. You know what I'm saying? Like me myself, I like to make a woman hate me first, and then I make them love me. It's some weird shit, but it worked for me. That's my game. So
Okay.
your game is you just run whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that will work for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know you
That
got.
sounds like a lot of slaps in the faces and shit like that.
Nah, it really
Yeah.
ain't. It really ain't.
Yeah.
It's misdirection, man.
Okay.
Same
I go for
misdirection that works. You know what I'm saying? But
like old school when you was a kid, you pull her hair and shit like that.
yeah, that type of shit. You know, I started off with like insults, man. I don't even go in there with the sweet nothings. I start with insults and
Jay,
just
what you think about that? Is that how you like your guys coming on to you?
No, no. They usually. Yep.
it's just
It's used to be, coming in nice gestures. Can I buy you lunch today? That type of stuff. You know what I mean? But not no insults. No. Compliment, not insults.
hey, like I said, man, it worked for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but it worked for me. you know what I'm saying? But hey, but it's like this though. Okay, like back like when I say if it was a baseline value, do you think a lot of it would curb a lot of the sexual harassment that's going on out here, or do you think it would just amplify it?
Who you asking?
I'm talking to Miss J.
Oh, I'm sorry. What you say?
I said if it was a baseline value on a daily day to day, do you think a rate exchange would would it curb harassment or would it amplify it?
I think it would amplify it. Like, I think everybody needs, it's one of the things that just everybody needs. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
don't think it's going to ever, like, drop the price of the value. It's going to always amplify it to us.
Do you think? I mean, but say this too, because women sell beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times as a man, we might overvalue. Like pussy has an appreciated value anyway that nobody really understands. Like my man Jay just said that it can go for 200 to 300, but we don't really have like a value system. Do you think sometimes men can overvalue a woman based on her beauty? You know what I mean? Like
No.
you don't think?
No.
So what you think?
No. I think, like I say, it's just one of those things that y'all are very visual creatures, as you already stated. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it just, pussy is just one of those things that you're going to always just need. You know what I mean? And how we give it to you is based on how you treat us.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? If you treat us good, then we'll do some good things to you. But if it's bad, then you just be gonna lay there like a starfish, you know? So it's just, it's based on how you all treat us, and I think y'all know that. But,
Okay. Oh, but let me ask you this: what if it's some garbage?
well, if
Because
it's something that's always making you keep going back, so it can't be too garbage. But if it is garbage, then I
Then
don't
on
know
to the
what
next
say.
one.
yeah, so it
Now, but I know mine is like some Amazon stock, but I can't speak on hers.
right. So it's just like, man, if you ever, what say you, G? Because I know you have a different point of view when you say you find like a nine or a dime. You kind of you like, damn, I want her real bad, and come to find out it's some garbage. How much of a hit do you think this baseline price should take if that shit's some garbage?
Oh man, I think you need to make it turn from garbage to sunshine. You know what I'm saying? When you throw it up and flip it and it come down,
Right.
that's the type of shit you want out of it. So when you find out it's some garbage, you do either one thing or the other. You take your time with it, or you speedball through it. You know.
And
I
what
find
say
out some garbage around there. Hey man, I'm gonna have to ask the next one because I'm gonna sell it. That's what I'm gonna do.
right?
I'm gonna find out.
And what say you, P man?
I'm not buying, B.
You not buying, man?
Not buying. Not in the
Hypothetically,
market for buying.
why you always got to be difficult, brother?
Cause what you want me to do? Tell you something that's not.
No, I'm talking
not
about
buying.
hypothetically speaking. I'm not even
Ain't no
saying.
hypothetically. I bought, but I'm not buying because it's a new day. I'm 40 years old, and now I don't have to buy. If I gotta buy, I don't need it.
So let me
Because
ask
there's
you
too much
this.
free out there. It's a lot of free out there.
Hey, you right? Let me ask you this: when you did buy, What was the rate back then when you
It
bought?
depends on where you got it from, just like we've been discussing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Um, I'm not getting into my personal business. You dig what I'm saying? Because I've done some strange things. But
Yeah.
yeah, the rate goes from like you said, from $5 for till hundreds of dollars an hour. You dig what I'm saying? Depending on what you in the mood for, where you at, where you get it from.
Yeah, that's absolutely, man. Because I noticed too, like what you do. I think it's a maturation thing too, man. The older you get, the less that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? Like back when you was 20, you might have gave up some bread, but it just be like now I'd be like, whatever. It just be like, I don't really give a fuck about this shit no more. But it's like, uh, I just think it's just one of those things, cause like you say, some brothers don't have a lot of game, and I think this might help some. This might help them go a long way because they ain't got game to talk a woman out there. Cause think about it. How long the Me Too movement? How long that shit been going on, bro? It's been like 3, 4 years, man.
Yeah, it's been a few years. I
Yeah,
mean,
and motherfuckers still catching charges like it ain't nothing, And you would think at this point they would have learned by now, but it's like now you still you still catching harassment charges. So I'm just like, why is
nah,
this?
I think some of the women can be misleading, and you gotta understand now, especially the cats that's making like well over six figures,
Right,
they're a target, you know what I mean? And women honestly are attracted to men in power, you know what I mean? So,
right.
um, they just gotta be smart. They gotta be smart and quicker than that.
So let me ask you this. This is a real question. If it was if it was found out that a woman was misleading about her an harassment charge, if we did take this rate exchange, uh, if we took this and really brought it, enacted it, how much of a loss should y'all take if it was found out that y'all was lying about the shit?
Um, my bad, you were going in and out. I couldn't really understand it.
I'm
You
saying,
know,
like, say, okay, for instance, when women make these allegations or whatever, and it's found out that it's false, how much should the value of pussy take a hit if it's found out that y'all lying about an harass or allegation?
the rate should go all the way down. Yeah, it should just about crash doing that. You know what I mean?
Nah, you can't. You
You
know
can't.
why? Because it's relative. What's good to one person ain't so good to somebody else. So a woman telling you that it's worth this much, it might be worth that much to somebody. So by the time you get a hold of it, it might not be worth nothing because she could be saying it's worth whatever. What it's worth to you may not be worth to me regardless. So I'm not. I can't say that. It's buyer beware. It's buyer beware. It's not. It's buyer beware. You bought it and that's it. It's not no refund on that shit for real because what's good to you may not be so good to me, and that's just it.
That is true.
But it's true. That's true.
That's true. What say you, Jay?
Man, I got some partners. I know some partners making millions off of pussy, man. Pussy
Hey,
gonna always sell until the moon go, man. It's the oldest profession around here, Jack. And it's gonna go on until this bubble bursts. Raise the price of pussy so we can eat around here.
you say so. You say, man, raise it up. Don't
Oh
lower it.
man. If it was $100 or $200 20, 30 years ago, how much is supposed to be right now for the inflation around here? Go
Hey,
up.
you got a point. So I mean, really, if it was $200 20, 30 years ago, it'd probably be like 300, 400 right now, right?
It need to be. Oh
Easy, but
man.
I tell you one thing, fuck with me, they be broke. Y'all be broke, fuck with me, dog.
I know that's right.
Broke
I
as a
know that's
motherfucker,
right.
fuck
You
with
be
me,
like,
dog.
hey, you get nothing over here.
You cannot a drop.
Because I mean, how can you afford that though, man?
I don't know how they can have that in their budget. I guess they got a budget for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I get it, but damn, how can you afford?
Part of your entertainment budget, dog.
Yeah, but
You
damn,
better
bro,
not
that
have to
shit's
do it more
crazy.
than once a month. I tell you that.
I'm gonna say this though, man. For y'all dude that's out there paying that rate right there, man, step your game up. All you gotta do is really talk. If you know how to
They're
talk,
trying to give it away, man. Just don't
exactly. Just
be
don't mess it
insulting
up.
this shit first. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
don't mess it up, man. Just listen to their little goofy stories,
And
and
don't
just
start with
That's all
insults.
y'all
That's all you gotta do. Just listen.
That's
You listen to
you
they.
know our favorite candy every once in a while. You know,
Yep.
what's a dollar candy bar? Lay
Hey,
down the bed. Just a little thing.
she telling you the game, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? If you listen and buy them a piece of candy, you in there like Prego, man. So just you ain't even gotta have good game for real. You just gotta be a good listener, man. You know, give them a couple candy bars, say
I
some.
remember when all you needed was a car.
You
Remember
remember, man?
values, that was just was that.
You know what's funny though is that you remember when you was young, you could take a young lady to McDonald's, you know, and shit, you ain't even had to do that. You can go buy a bottle of 2020 MD 2020, and it was on and
But
popping.
you still had to go to McDonald's because if you buying a bottle of 2020, we're gonna need a cheeseburger or something later on. And
That is true. That is
you
true.
already
But
know
you
that.
know, it was a point. What I'm saying is that it used to be a
A
point
date
where
was cheap.
yeah, yeah, it was a point where you didn't have to go through all this shit to get some ass. You know, you just had to. It was just because you liked each other, man. Let's get back to liking one another, man. Like can go a long way, man. Liking can go a long way,
Like
man. It
used to
ain't
go
gotta
a
be
long way.
love, huh?
Like ain't make it down the block these days, cuz.
Shit, whatever, man. Liking always gonna exist, man. Cause it's always
Can't
gonna be
spend
somebody
like
that's gonna like you.
damn sure won't spend like.
Can't spend life.
It ain't gotta be all love and shit all the time. Just like each other, man. Let's bring liking back, okay?
Liking on each other and shit.
Yeah, let's like on each other, man. But shit, man, we about to get to our favorite part of the week, man. That's the PAS moment of the week, man. Hey man, and this week our PAS moment goes to this gentleman right here, man. A lot of y'all don't know who he is, but this is Mississippi Republican State Representative Doug McLeod. And what makes this young man or this gentleman the PAS moment recipient of the week is that he punched his wife in the face for what he said she didn't get undressed fast enough for her to have sex with him. Uh, this is funny, but it's not funny, but it is funny because it's like, what else can a woman do? She was being compliant. She was ready to give you some pussy, and you said, "Bitch, you not getting undressed fast enough." So he punched in the nose, man. Like as a woman, when you hear a story like this, Miss J, what do you think about this?
I think he's an asshole and they should put him under the jail. 'Cause like you said, she was being nice. She was gonna give him some, you know. Just wait till she take her clothes off.
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't know what else to say.
what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. You ain't got to punch her in the face, man. She was. I'm, when I heard this story, it was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stories, you be like, damn. Maybe, like you say, a lot of times women can be misleading. But when a woman is actually trying to give you some pussy, and we've been talking about this all day, all you got to do is behave.
Just sit
Just
there
be
and wait,
patient,
you know.
and they'll give it to you. But my
That's all
man,
you have to do. Sit
that's
down, rub your balls, get ready.
that's it.
Just chill.
And
Just chill.
my man snapped on it and punched it in the face.
He ain't snap. He didn't snap. That's not how it went.
What you say?
The old saying goes that the man that comes home and kicks the dog is just warming up. This is not an isolated incident.
Nah, I
He's
agree.
drunk and does stuff, and he was drunk. Is what happened.
Right.
And she said he gets drunk and he does the stuff, and that's what happened. This
So
time she called the police because her nose was bloody. You did?
Yeah. So you think he be whipping her ass on the regular?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that too. He just got carried away this time, man. You know. But it's just like, man, gentlemen.
He said he threatened to kill her and her fucking dog
Yeah.
if she didn't open up the fucking door.
So you think, but they had somebody living with them, so you know maybe that's their little gimp or something. You know what I'm saying?
It might have saved her life had she had a
not had a haven to go to inside of that house, he might have killed her.
Oh, you think he would have killed her? Cause I don't think, like you say, I don't think this is isolated. I think she be getting lumped up all the
His
time.
wife, who had blood on her face, neck, and arms,
Mm-hmm.
reported to officers her husband had snapped, saying he often did so when he'd been drinking.
Right. So this is happened before.
For sure.
Yeah. So, she just punched her in the face. She probably got bruises and shit all over her body. But he just probably punched in the nose. He got carried away this time. But
this time somebody was in the house she could run to. Had the other person not been in the house, she might have just took it on the chin like regular.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if it's been going on for a while, why is it the first time it's getting out? You dig?
True.
And you know, people show out when they have an audience. Like you said, she had a friend in it, so she was like, I have to report this now.
Right. So, man, that's some wild shit, man. But one thing we gonna say, man, gentlemen, man, just be patient, man. Like, they giving it away, man. They giving it away. You ain't got to. All you got to do is concentrate on not messing it up. If you just be patient, they giving it away. Okay, stop being so damn anxious all the time and let it come to you. You know what I mean?
You gotta beat them. You don't need them.
Hey, that's true, man. You gotta beat them. You don't need them. I don't see how you lay next to somebody who knows you done busted up anyway, man. I gotta wait for you to get pretty again. I ain't got time for that shit, man. But gentlemen, man, let's be better dudes, man. Stop beating brides up if you ain't gotta do it. It's unnecessary. It's just one of them things. It's just unnecessary, man. We say it all the time. Don't be stupid, man. This is the PAS moment because this dude right here, this was just unnecessary. Your wife was gonna give you some ass.
Dude's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, man. But this is a piece of shit that's making laws to govern everybody else. You feel me?
Because he people. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a person of position or person of authority, that doesn't make you any less of people. And we already said people ain't shit.
People ain't shit, man. But, man, one thing we want to say, man, we want to thank Miss J for coming on the show once again, man. Thank you for coming to the show, man. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. We want to say shout out to G2. But, man, to the next time we see y'all, man, keep your hands to yourself.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. Don't be out here paying outrageous money for pussy that you ain't got to. Just talk a little bit, listen to a couple goofy stories.
And buy a favorite cake.
And buy a piece of candy every once in a while, man. That shit'll go. You'll be in there, all right? So until the next time we see y'all, man, y'all be easy and don't be stupid. Peace.